I'm Steve, and this is CC Garage. What's up, YouTube? Well, it's been a while since we've done any updates on the C10, so here are some updates. Right here is probably the biggest update. I'm waiting on historical plates right now. We did a gas filler delete. I'm trying to get that smoothed out. I don't think I recorded anything on doing steering column, steering wheel. Floor shifter's mounted temporarily because I do have the column shifter. I just need to get the linkage hooked up. In the process of getting gauges hooked up because I do plan on driving this a little bit. So we got temperature gauge ran. I just stopped at O'Reilly's today and I bought new lines so I can hook up my oil pressure gauge. But today's project, more gauges. So I got this fancy setup from Vixen. It was on Amazon, but $300. So this gauge, if I can do this one-handed, it's going to show me all 5 pressures: tank, front left and right, rear left and right. So we got electronic sensors. These are 1/8 inch NPT. The sensors are 1/8 inch NPT, and I'm running 3/8 line. So actually, I didn't do a video on this, but all my line is DOT rated now because Fort Gratiot cruise night show. I got home, truck sitting in the driveway, all aired up. All of a sudden I heard a boom and watched the truck drop. And what happened was I had an airline blowout. This was not DOT rated and I should have known better. So that's all 3/8. Trying to figure out how to adapt to the 1/8 inch NPT. Came up with this idea. Well, I had to buy these. It's 3/8 1/8 inch NPT. So it's really hard without a camera guy. So that's gonna screw into there. Or in a perfect world, it'll screw into there. So then, new setup. I waited like 4 months for this bottom, and I was randomly there, and they had the top on clearance, so I said, why not? Bought it. But we got these T fittings. So what I'm gonna do is the lines that go to each bag, I'm gonna cut them, put a T fitting in, put a little piece of line, and then on that line, that'll go on there, set it, and then the sensors will go on there. This is the actual gauge itself. When it's off, it is just chrome, I guess, black chrome. So today we're over at Diesel Kid's shop. Check out his YouTube. Using the hoist, there's a lift. So we got our one sensor hanging down right here. I'm gonna cut this line right here. We're gonna add our T in, cut off a small chunk of line, have it go up, then we'll have the adapter that this screws into, because this is 1/8 inch NPT. And then I'm gonna go to the other side, and then we will be back. So we ended up running out of time at Matt's house, so we brought the truck back home, finished it up here. So driver's side, I put my T there, there's my fitting, and then my sensor. Passenger side, I essentially did the same thing. I already had a fitting over here, so I just replaced what I had with the new one. I gotta get this tied up yet. And for the back, so the harness for the gauge is only 6.5 feet, which by the time you go to the firewall and come back, it's really not that much. So what I ended up doing was my sensors only made it to about there. I had 3/8 line laying around, so I ran line to the back. Teed off right here. So here is from my valve to my bag, and then this one goes to the sensor. I did the same thing on that side. I have a T. You kind of see it. There's my T. And then for this line right here, this one tees off right here and goes to the tank. So I got my tank pressure. One of the things that was kind of a pain in the butt was for the gauge itself. You got all these wires that go to it. There's 6 wires. So you have your power, and then your other 5 for your sensors are all exactly the same. I gotta tidy up all my wiring, but pretty cool. So I only got 44 pounds in the tank right now, but let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I can hold this since it's not mounted yet. So we got our controller just looped around the steering wheel here. Pretty cool gauge if you ask me. Turn our pump on. So we got our wires all cleaned up, we got the gauge mounted. We got our pump on filling up right now. So this is where we got them mounted. I ended up doing the temperature gauge because none of these work except for the oil pressure. But voltage, and we can change the color on this. Kind of sucks that it's on the back, but I hate that the valve sticks sometimes. It's kind of shitty. There we go. Have it. Another video, another thing accomplished on Project Phoenix, and happy about that. So see you on that.